We may live over 5,000 miles from Lincoln Financial Field, but what we lack in proximity we make up for in film study, and each and every week we'll be bringing you in-depth film breakdowns from across the pond and the Sooner State. Welcome to On the Shane Page. I am your host, Shane Haff. You can follow me on Twitter at ShaneHaffNFL, and I'm joined by BGN's own film guru, Jonny Page. Give him a follow on Twitter at JohnnyPage9. Jonny, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. We're using a new system, so we've just spent 10 minutes moaning off air. For anything that goes wrong, for anything different, please tell us, because it's a whole new recording software system for us. Yes, I'm wearing the vest top again before all the comments come in. We happen to record on exceptionally hot days in Britain, so this is another really hot day. Not just saying that. For Britain, it's hot anyway. So we keep recording on like the roasting days. So yeah. I am also boiling today, so I'm also wearing the vest top before we get the comments. But yeah, we're still going with these rookies. I was going to say rookies all 22, but we've sort of cheated and we're not watching an all 22 of this clip. Because, yeah, the sideline angle for centre play feels a bit unnecessary. We can get through 2 games quicker than we can get through 1. So we've decided to go for it this way. But yeah, everything is good. It's quiet on the Eagles front. It was quite nice reading Bleeding Green's OTA summary and feeling like football was back. I noticed that he didn't have Johnny Wilson making the team, Shane. And he also was very doubtful about Kenyon Green. So I thought that was a stock up for us based on our mailbag. If you haven't listened to that, go and check it out. But yeah, that felt good, seeing some actual Eagles news. It's been fun looking at all the people ranking QBs and everyone getting mad like myself about Trevor Lawrence being above Jalen Hurts. But anyway, I'm actually going to do
Nate Tice did the same thing, by the way. Did you see that? I know.
That was the one I was talking about. It's just like, just say you liked him pre-draft more and you're not willing to change. Like, it's fine. I like Trevor Lawrence. Like, he has some really good stuff. There's some stuff he does at a very high level. He just hasn't been that good. Do you know what? I think Trevor Lawrence would probably tell you that. The Jags think that because they fired their head coach, their offensive coordinator as well. So, like, what are we doing here? Geno Smith, the guy that was traded for a third-round pick and no one else in the NFL was willing to give up more than a third. Like, does that not tell you something about how the league views Geno Smith? Do you think Jalen Hurts would get traded for a third-round pick tomorrow?
Have you been reading my tweets, Jonny?
No. Probably
because I quote tweeted the Charles McDonald list and specifically talked about how the Seahawks didn't think Geno was the number 8 quarterback because they traded him for a third, and Geno and his agent don't even think it because he signed the 17th highest contract for a quarterback in Las Vegas. So,
and who the Seahawks got now? Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
And have they got anyone behind him, or is it Darnold?
They drafted Jalen Milroe.
That's the one. I can't remember who it was. But basically, they're saying we think Darnold and Milroe are hopefully can be better than Geno. Like, it's essentially what they're saying. But anyway, good timing, because I'm about to publish the evolution of Jalen Hurts in written form based on the podcast we did with James Foster. I'm going to release like a few-part series on how he's got better. And I'm also going to rank QBs, literally like now. And I'll post it on Twitter and Discord just to get my own rankings out there rather than moan about everyone else. So, let's shut up about other stuff, though. Let's do Drew Kendall. That's what the people are here for, Shane.
Have you seen my QB rankings?
Yes, because someone posted them in the Discord, and I would be lying if I said I looked at them properly. So I probably should look at them. Actually, no, I'll look at them after I do mine. Because then I'll be...
I was about to throw them on the screen and be like, I want your reaction to mine, but maybe I'll let you do yours
should we just
first.
do it? Should we just do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's Drew Kendall in it. It's Christ. We can speed through 2 games of Drew Kendall.
I might have to change the title of this because I don't even know if we're going to talk about poor Drew Kendall today.
No, we will. Yes, we will. We'll have a proper conversation when I've ranked mine, and then you can react to them as well. But let's throw yours up then.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me...
I'm currently making mine on that tier maker website. The problem I have with that tier maker website is it has the pictures, not the names. So half of the time I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Like, I've got this picture in front of me. I don't know who he is, but anyway.
I do the same thing. That's why I cannot use tier maker for that. So
I love where you have Jaden Daniels. I think that's a good shout. Both of you. Yeah, I'm sort of in agreement with you on the top 5. I think I'd just about have Hurts at 5 these days.
Here, let me read them for our audio. Oh, no, there are audio listeners later. So I went Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels for my top 6. So we're quasi in agreement there.
I really like yours. Yeah, I might just copy and paste yours and be like, these are my QB rankings. I would, yeah. So 1 through 6, I'm fine. I wouldn't have Jaden Daniels 6, personally. I like the fact you have him high. I think he's been underrated, but it is just 1 year. I'm a bit more of a long-term guy. So I'd probably
I did specifically note that last year I had CJ Stroud number 5.
Yes,
and he dropped significantly, and Jaden Daniels may do the same thing.
I will probably have Jaden Daniels below Stafford and Herbert, probably.
Fair.
And then I'd probably have him above Stroud, have him above Mayfield. Would I have Jordan Love above him? I like Jordan Love. Dak
the
and
biggest
Trevor,
surprise for me putting this list together was that Baker Mayfield was my number 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
I never would have dreamed that I would have Baker that high.
I wouldn't have him that high, but I wouldn't be too far off. I would have, and we don't just go for everyone, I would probably have, would I have Goff and Gino above Trevor? Probably not. Would I have Trevor above Dak? Probably not. We're going to end up very similar. I would have Rodgers above Fields. I'd have Daniel Jones above... No, would I have Daniel Jones above Justin Fields? Maybe. I don't like Justin Fields much. And I'd probably have Darnold... Oh, God, would I have Darnold above Tua? I don't like Tua, man. We're going to be incredibly similar. I wish I hadn't seen yours now, because we're going to end up very similar.
And I did not rank the rookies, and I did not rank McCarthy because he didn't play. I didn't rank Penix because he only played 4 games. And then I left Drake May and Caleb Williams off because although they played the full first year, I think they were both in really bad situations. And I would have had to put them far lower than I think they deserve, but I didn't want to cling to Pryor. So I'm just giving him a second year before I put him on the list.
Fair enough. I won't be a melt like you. I'll do it properly. Can you and whack them all on there? Can you share that with me after, actually? Because this tier thing is driving me insane. Because I swear to God, I'm looking at someone, I don't know who he is. What are these images? Some of them are impossible. Who is this? I've got there is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I've got 18. I've got about 60 quarterbacks in front of me on this tier list. What the hell is this? I'm ranking. I genuinely have no idea who some of these human beings are. So
I have head coach rankings too.
Oh God!
By the way, I just did those yesterday with Mark.
Oh God! Yeah. Wow. Sirianni. Wow, Hurts and Sirianni both top 5. Yeah. Mark has Dan Campbell at 12. Tell him to. Yeah.
Mark's not a big Dan Campbell guy. He's in full wait and see if Campbell can replace his coordinators mode. But to be fair, he's never liked Campbell. I've got him at 8.
I don't like having Campbell below Vrabel because they're both rah-rah guys. Wow, Sirianni above Shanahan, Shane. People are going to love that.
So here's the thing. Shanahan, I think, is the best offensive play caller in the league.
Yeah.
However, the other 2 aspects of being a head coach, like player development / culture and game management, I think he is actively a massive negative for his team. So, and if you look at the last 3 years for go rates on 4th down, in the last 3 years, he's the second worst in the league, ahead of only the Patriots, who had old man Bill Belichick for 2 of the 3 years.
Wow,
so I think he is an active
9,
detriment there.
Pete Carroll 13. Wow. I want you to share both of these screens. I might do a little Patreon video for it, because why the hell not? I might just record my thoughts as I go through it.
Might as well.
Why not? Why
not?
I
can share this with you, and you can use it as a template. It's got the color codes and the logos for all the teams.
I'm just going to add a tier. I'm a big tier guy. So I'll add a tier to it. He has Sean Payton 1, by the way. That is a hot take.
I've got him too.
Hey, you do. Oh God, no! I'll always have the other Sean first. I'm a very truther at heart. Right, poor Drew Kendall.
It's By the way, we've come full circle because I was doing the whole Doug Peterson is better than Sean McVay thing back when, and now it's Doug Peterson's out of the league, and I'm Sean McVay's the number 2, number 3 coach in the NFL.
Poor Dougie P, man. Poor Dougie P. He just got caught up with his OC, didn't he? He didn't adjust to the... The thing is, if Dougie P can't make it work with Trevor, that's I'm not saying Trevor's that good, but I think Trevor is such a guy you want to coach because the intangibles are all there. They're reading the defense. You get the feeling that he should have been better. Right.
So I don't know how we got there for the first 10 minutes of the show, but we did, which is always fun.
Always good.
what else is always fun is like cooking somebody on Twitter. I haven't done that in a long time, but I had to drop some stats and truth on somebody claiming Penei Sewell is better than Lane Johnson this morning. And so my Twitter's kind of blown up today in a way it hasn't since basically the season ended. So that's always fun too. You can go check that out later.
Would the stats just watch them play?
No, he basically said that he was basically saying that Penei Sewell is better because he can just do things that old man Lane Johnson can't do anymore. And so I dropped since joining the league in 2021, their comparative stats, which Lane is better. And then I said, if we throw out and look just at last year, Lane is significantly better. And if we throw out play action and rollouts, because the Eagles are a good running team, he's even more better. And if you go by pass block win rate, he's better while being on an island more. And if you go on run block win rate, he's better. And so my too long didn't read is Lane Johnson's a better pass blocker who commits fewer penalties while being left on an island more frequently than Penei Sewell while also being a better run blocker.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're right.
So it was fun. That one was fun. That's still blowing up.
Man, Lane's the GOAT of all time. All time.
It's always nice when Brandon Thorne, like a week ago, tweeted out that Lane Johnson's probably the greatest right tackle of all time, because you can just kind of use that as a trump card. It's like, if you don't believe me because I like the Eagles, here's the best offensive line mind around. So that one was fun too.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right.
So cool. Drew Kendall.
Yeah, Drew Kendall. Poor Drew Kendall. Let's get to Drew Kendall. I've not watched Drew Kendall for about 2 months, so I can remind myself how much I like Drew Kendall. I did like Drew Kendall. Let's see if I still like him after a couple of new games. Yes, we're not doing the All-22 as I said at the start, just because it was like 35 minutes long and all the sideline views felt like a waste of time. So we're going to go a little bit different. Right, I want to get also my screen full on this new lovely thing so I can see full screen. Can I go full screen myself? There we go. That's better for me.
So
that's better.
Like Jonny said, we didn't have the clean cut up like we've had with the arrows, so the full thing was like 38 minutes. So instead, we're going to do 2 broadcast versions, just watching the Boston College offensive line so we can get through 2 games. And hopefully, if we have time, we're going to circle back and do Antoine Power Island too, but we'll see. Next week. I
shouldn't say this, but Power Island is the one that I'm more excited to do, as I'm about to record a Patreon video on Drew Kendall, but I'm hoping we get time to do that one. So let's get into it, and then we might do, because I want to get that one out there.
And then next week we'll do Miles Hinton and Cameron Williams back on the All-22. So,
yes.
And again, one more time, if you are listening to the audio version here and you want the video, it's going to be in our Patreon. Those are difficult for us to post out publicly, but come support our Patreon. You can get a free 1-week trial, and you can view the content, or just subscribe for a month, and you can be here as we finish all of these, and then you can cancel if you want to. We're pretty sure you won't want to. You can come hang out with us in Discord and other things. So, but if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. You can at least listen to the audio and have an idea of what we sing, although obviously film stuff's going to be better consumed in a video format. So let's dive in. We'll click play, and we'll try to just run this through without backing up too terribly much.
Yep, I agree. We don't need to spend too long on a sick round offensive lineman, do we?
Drew Kendall is the center. He's going to be number 66 if you're looking for numbers, since we won't have an arrow, but we can pick out the center. He's the guy snapping the ball, which is high-quality analysis for an All-22 video. The center is the guy snapping the ball. Might be the dumbest thing I've ever said on a Patreon video.
That's what you subscribe for. That's what you subscribe for. Oh, good old college films are rolled out to the other direction.
Yeah.
You've got to love it. You've got to love it. Oh, wow. Keep going, my friends.
He's driving 5 yards downfield.
He was driving
on a run play.
It's just, I love the way the Eagles centers just all look the same. We'll get a few nice replays as well, which I saw in this video, which is good. They still have such a same like body type and build, don't they? You can spot an Eagles center from a mile off.
Looks like he was a little slow to release on that combo block.
Yeah, quicker there, but missed. But it didn't matter because
it was the other way.
God, I forgot. Look, I think he missed. Sort of. Forget how quickly it is when it's not the All-22. It's like the plays are flying. That's good because something that I think, as many of you that have probably read scouting reports on Kendall will know, his anchor is something that will be the thing that's tested a lot of the next level because he's naturally small. So you like to see that because he gets rocked back a little bit, but he's got the strength to anchor. which is good. He's not tiny. He's like 308. He's not as... Sometimes the Eagle centers have been even smaller. As far as the Eagle centers go, he's actually relatively big. I don't know what Jurgens was when he came out. I know
that seems like really good interior O-line communication, because he peeks to the right to see if he needs to help, and then he takes the guy on one-on-one so the left guard can go help the tackle. That's
Cam
a nice
Jurgens
rep
was
all around.
303, by the way. So yeah, just he's a little bit bigger than Jurgens was. Oh yeah, there's the. Although I think he has a point. There. I think he has a point.
That should have been, and it could have been hands to the face. I don't know if a flag flew, but
yeah, that's not on him. That's not on him. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. This is where stats are great, by the way, because if the refs don't call this, that will go down as a pressure.
It's hard to block when your head's bent over backwards.
Yeah, weakness of film does not block well when head's bent over backwards. Yeah, you can. The first thing that I remember watching Kendall was the quickness of the snap as well. You can see it. A decent anchor there, but he sort of like got. I don't know if you see it again, but he almost jumped up at one point. There was like a little bit of a bang, hit him.
That's a good scouting report point for Jalen Carter too. Does not rush the passer well when double teamed and held.
I was actually looking at 67 there the whole first time, so ignore that comment about him jumping up. The second angle decided to give me the fact that I was looking at the wrong person. Quick hands.
Yeah, I do not appreciate that two interior offensive linemen next to each other have 66 and 67 as their numbers.
Anyone that tries to we've said this before, tries to scout like every position where I was lying to you, so I'm not going to go through technical stuff. But you can see the very basics of what you want to see from a line play. Jesus, was that him? There was some...
I don't know. I'm hoping they show a replay from behind.
Yeah, there was some strength on that. If not, we'll have to rewind that. Oh, classic. Did he just rock the guy who was being blocked?
Is this him right here?
No,
this is him.
This is him. Damn it. I was hoping he rocked him, but still. That cracked me up. I was like, wow. So far, everything looks pretty effortless. It looks pretty easy. Once again, that's very easy. It's very easy. Hand placement looks good. He seems to get his hands up really early. He seems to be able to sustain his block. Doesn't just win early, which is good.
I'm impressed with his anchor. On sustained pass protection.
Yeah, I don't think I was
good.
I actually, in my notes of strengths, I put a strong anchor for his size. I said I expected it to be worse. I must admit, just lazy analysis. I expected an Eagle centre just to be like, not good anchor, very good in the open field. But you can see he's got it. The anchor's impressive. Again, level of competition, etc. But his anchor's been pretty good. Wow, that was
a good job of slipping to the second level.
He was shot out of a cannon there. Jeez, man.
That's a good play.
I remember watching Cam Jurgens' film. It's the most fun film I've ever seen. But he's not Cam Jurgens' speed, but bang. Yeah, that's quick.
Slips the nose tackle and gets to the weak side linebacker.
Yeah. Yep, did a good job sealing there. So far, it's been a very, very nice game. Look how quickly he hits him there. He doesn't sustain that block, but the speed in which he gets out of his stance is rapid. Oh, second level.
Lead blocking for... I don't know if you've ever seen the Eagles do that again, lead block for their quarterback.
Looked to me like he got there, but didn't really have the power to move him necessarily. Like, I don't know if you'd want him to be a little bit more against a linebacker. Like, do you know what I mean? He's there.
Yeah.
But he's getting there without doing a great deal.
In an ideal world... Yeah, in an ideal world, I think you would like for him to seal that right, or I guess it's the defender's left shoulder to give the quarterback a path to the sideline. Yeah, because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go cutting to the inside.
He doesn't really hit him with any real... There's not really much of a pop either.
If the other linebacker, if number 11's not there, he seals him off and gives him the middle of the field. So it's one of those things that's like, I don't know if he's supposed to be sealing to the inside, to the outside... But yeah, he doesn't move it much. But if number 11's not
where he should be, and I would just like him to... You can see he doesn't really move him at all, to be honest.
Yeah. Wait, their other guard is 65, so we have 65, 66, and 67. I hate Boston College now. I hope they lose.
Brilliant. Yeah, really helpful.
It's
He's very, very comfortable
good
pass for
anchor.
an anchor. Yeah, he is, surprisingly. Just while watching as well, I'll bring up some of my other notes on him. So 31 consecutive starts, 3-year starter, team captain, dad was no line player, like ticks every intangible box you'd ever want to see. The problem is a lack of versatility. He's a centre only. Never really seen him anywhere else.
Was that snap on him?
No. Well, I guess he was early, but the snap was fine. But maybe there was a miscommunication. But obviously it worked perfectly. Just like they drew it up. Add that to the strengths. His missnaps.
He clapped, and then he started to point to somebody else. So I don't know if that was supposed to be a hard count or...
Going to say it was deliberate. Knew what he was doing.
Yeah. He didn't pull very well on that play. He kind of gets knocked back while he's trying to pull.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He got shoved off there. That was the initial drive strength. You'd like to see a bit more of that. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's a little
good
bit...
anchor again.
Yeah, he's... As I said, I was surprised when I watched him. He was better at the things that I didn't think he'd be good at. Like, I expected him really struggled with his anchor. Basic analysis, don't end up on the floor. Although if you trip, I'll forgive you. His pass pro looks very, very sound.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a massive, massive old-fashioned guy that wants my centre to be a centre. I'm not really interested in having someone who's a guard play centre and then you have dodgy snaps all game. And I think centre's like a specialised position.
Yeah. The Eagles agree with you for what
yes,
it's worth.
they do. That's probably why I think it, because I've been brought up in that world. Even when he gets rocked back, he doesn't like fully get rocked back. He like just about has enough. It's not like game over. Again, next level, he's going to be facing stronger people. Jesus, QB. But he looks pretty strong, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, the center giving up 3 to 4 yards on a shotgun snap's not a big deal because your drop is
so deep anyway. Yeah,
this QB is dropping to 10 yards every snap.
I don't know who he is, but it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I have no idea who Boston College's quarterback is.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more like outside zone, get him in space. We haven't really seen him pulling very much. We know how much just Eagles pull their centres.
Yeah.
That was nearly a good ball. We haven't seen much of that. He got ragdolled there. Was that him?
Although, yeah,
looks
like he
that was
just kind of whiffed.
Yeah, it's the first time he's really got done. I did mention that I don't think he had great length. And I literally wrote, can get stacked or fall off his blocks, especially against long interior linemen. So I wonder if that seemed like an arm length thing. He looked like he was lunging forward. But when they come right at him, like there
that
again,
one wasn't very good.
No, I don't think he got done for a hold there. But let's have a look.
Really struggled to.
No, I think he got away with it in the end. But yeah, it wasn't pretty, was it?
Yeah, he hopped 3 times on the way back. That's not ideal.
Talking about a 6th round pick, but yeah, you expect to see some flaws, obviously. There's some weird run plays where they just completely boot the other direction, but they seem to just not get it. The other team doesn't read it at all.
Getting him out on the run in the screen game.
Yeah, I wish we'd seen more than that, to be honest. In this particular clip, that is.
Oh, on the ground there again.
Yeah, he's been on the ground a few times. QB can run.
I think his legs got
this QB
taken out on that one by another O-lineman.
Oh, Jesus, both of them got rocked.
They just got rocked by a linebacker.
29, baby.
That's a nice time on the snap count.
That was. Nothing you see is like exceptionally good. It's all fine, isn't it? It's. Oh, Jesus, QB cannot throw. It's technically savvy. It's like he knows what he's doing, but you don't see any like, wow, he's just wrecked that guy. I think there's a lack of natural like burst, or not even burst, but strength to him. Like Juergens has that lack of strength, but Juergens is just ridiculously athletic in space.
Yeah.
I don't think he has either. I mean, he's a 6th round pick. Juergens was a 2nd round pick. Like, shock. He doesn't seem to have that pop. Let's put it that way. But he's also hopefully going to develop into a backup who... That's what you'd expect from a backup. technically
he doesn't
sound.
seem like someone that will destroy your offense if he has to come in and play a game.
And it doesn't mean you have to move Landon Dickerson at centre anymore. I mean, lose Dickerson at, exactly. Right. He looks pretty fine. You don't see like the elite upside. He looks like his movement skills are very effortless, but I don't know what his RAS score was. Did he test?
I don't know.
I
will look it up though. Let's roll the Florida State game, and I'll start looking that up.
909, which is good, obviously very good. But I feel like everyone has good scores these days because they choose what they want to test. He didn't test any explosiveness. His agility was good, speed was good, but I wouldn't say anything jumps out was like radically good.
Yeah. This is their first game of the year against Florida State.
The amount of plays
before everybody figured out Florida State was garbage.
Pure bootleg. They just block to the right, go to the left. This happens so many times. It's so annoying because I want to see him lead block and he's just going the other way.
Yeah, they misdirect a lot.
They do all the time. Bang, that was a good one. You got some drive there. That was one of the first times he got going.
Again, they just like bootleg everything away.
Do. So you don't really get to see him sustain anything. It's just how hard it is for scouts, man. If you're trying to see him, if you're an outside zone team, you'd have no interest, would you? Because you just haven't seen him. Bang.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, that
throw that away.
Let's never do that again.
Throw that over his head out of bounds. Nice. You got a 5-yard loss on that completion. And then we bootleg away again.
It's not bootlegging away. It's like nothing to see when they bootleg away. It's basically just a body misdirecting. Oh dear. That's a drop and a half, isn't it?
Yikes.
Classic mesh wheel. And dropped.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to generate a lot of push on
No, there's not, is there? It's like he does a job. He's not mauling people, is he? He's not sending people 2 yards up the field. So he'd pick up that. That's good. That's really good. I wish I showed us another angle of that. That'd be a good one for Eagle 22. Oh,
there we go.
There we go. Look at this. Season coming. Bang.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, that's awareness. That's what I mean about technically savvy. He knows he's got the running back on his inside shoulder. He knows he's got the guard, so he gets inside instead. And
helps
he has
the
enough
running
pop.
back out.
Yeah, I think half of it is movement of him and running back combined, but he sees it. I wrote down I like the way he handled stunts and pressure. To me, he just looked like a very savvy player.
Yeah, that's the best rep that we've watched so far.
Yeah,
picking up the nose tackle, passing him off, and then picking up the blitzing backer. That's good.
I literally put in my final evaluation for BGN. He's unlikely to become a dominant force, but he's smart, consistent, an ideal development backup who could spot start. 6th round pick, fine. If he's your backup centre for a few years, no drama.
Yep.
No drama at all. Wow.
See, again, even there,
a good double team here, but I feel like that's just a bit of a ridiculous run.
Yeah, I mean, he's double teaming, and he and the right guard still don't get a ton of push.
Bang. Good block. That was good.
This is the classic thing you always talk about. You don't have to watch a lot of games to know what a player is. I already can tell you what he is, and if we watch 6 more games of him, I'd probably say the same thing.
Yeah, the only thing you have to consider is just our players injured and stuff, but that's so hard to tell. It's the same as any player in any game of all time. I'd love to see, which is a little bit weird.
This is the first game of the year, so hopefully nobody's injured.
True. I'd love to see a little bit more nastiness. A little bit of something. Give me something after the snap. You can see slightly late there, but it was a very, very hard second level block there. There you go.
That's a good one.
Do you know I wouldn't mind there though? And I wouldn't mind him driving him into the ground there when he gets to a linebacker. He looks very technically good. I don't know if he's got that edge of craziness.
I really like for my offensive lineman coming out to have just a few personal foul penalties.
Yeah, a little bit of a screw loose at times. The position you're playing, you've got to be a little bit mental. He gets rocked back there, but he does a job. That sort of sums him up.
I was going to say that's a good recovery because he gets knocked back, but he finishes across the line of scrimmage.
That play is a really nice summary.
See, that one too, if he could have gotten off of that second level block and driven that safety, or it's a linebacker, if he could get off of this, right? Where is it at? They have a double team here. If he could
Yeah.
get off of this to the linebacker, it's maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
But he's not able. Like, he's in prime position to release and get here, and he just can't
doesn't.
disengage and get both hands on him.
Bang.
That QB can run, that's for sure.
Yeah, he can. That's a great angle. That's a really nice block.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at 67. Jesus Christ, I hate the O-line. 67 had a great block then anyway. Yeah, anchor stuff, like, he looks very coordinated, doesn't he? Hands and feet seem synced up together. The hand placement looks good. He seems to have a pretty good grip of a defensive lineman's chest pretty consistently. We've only seen that one rep in the first game where he got sort of yanked down. Hey, they hit it again. Jesus, he caught it again. Was that? Do you reckon that was mesh rail?
That running
again?
back has stone hands.
Do you reckon it was mesh rail? Was it a form? Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. What a play. Wow, 2 plays at once. It's a horrendous view.
I have no idea what we're looking at now. I couldn't even make it out on the split screen.
Good thing the QB ran out of bounds rather than throwing it away. Man, you know what's really interesting is we have seen mesh round again, I think. This time Frodo mesh. We have seen... mesh round again, isn't it? Sort of, actually. We have seen no movement in space, have we? Like pinball. I remember seeing him and thinking he was more than athletic enough. I don't know if we were watching different games that I watched when I scouted him. Bang.
There
Jesus Christ, lads. They've run this play about 15 times in the 2 videos. But yeah, it's all very straightforward.
Are college defensive coordinators dumb or are college players dumb? Because, like, how do you not say somebody cover the running back?
Yeah.
Looking
Love
for work
that.
there.
That was good. That was a little bit of not nastiness, I'd say, but looking for work. His job's done. Get active. Boom. Get busy. When you're free, don't just stand there. Find something to do. You never want to see an O-lineman just stand there. Oh, we slowed down on that route, baby. You slowed down, my friend. That was done really easily there. Yeah, really, really easy. He looks so technically competent. Again, I'm not an O-line technician, but I would be very happy with what I've seen.
Yeah.
The question is just upside, isn't it? It's like, despite how we're saying we only draft for upside in the 3rd round, and then they just clearly didn't this year.
Yeah.
Like, we only draft future starters, like Miles Hinton and Drew Kendall.
Which, like, when you have, a 25-year-old center, you're probably not drafting another starting center.
Yeah, Mondon at linebacker when you've already got Zach Bourne, the Kobe Dean, Trotter, and, a 1st-round pick in Campbell. Did he just miss it? No, it was a screen. I don't know what that is.
Nothing was there.
Yeah, it's all fine, isn't it? It's all fine.
I mean, he targets the right guy there, kind of gets bench press back, but his guy doesn't
That's fine.
get involved in the play.
There's just not a great deal of oomph to him, is there?
No.
There's just... It's all fine. He's just not a mauler, is he? He seems to win with technique, angles. He doesn't win with force.
Yeah.
He's athletic, but I wouldn't say he looks like, wow, the guy can move. It looks like perfectly fine, adequate athleticism.
I feel like I'm going to say the same thing about him that we said about Kyle McCord. Like, he looks competent. If you had to play him a game, you don't think it kills you, but you don't want to play him for 8 games.
Yeah.
At least not right now.
Yeah.
Once he's been enrolled for a semester or 2 at Stoutland University, who knows?
His bench was extremely low, 20 reps.
That makes sense.
And it looks like that, doesn't it? Wonder what Cam Jurgens benched. If he did, let's have a look.
That was a good block.
No,
Gets a one-hand lockout.
Jurgens benched 25. Yeah, he's very comfortable in pass pro.
Yeah.
He's not very Eaglesy in the run game, but I imagine this is an example of scouting traits rather than... And by the way, there's barely any centres anyway, so if the Eagles wanted a centre, good luck getting one. I think he was Dane Brugge's centre 4 or something in the whole board. I would love to see him just block an outside zone running play where they run to his side just once.
Yeah.
See what a guy can do in this.
I'm sure you feel like NFL strength and conditioning can bulk a guy up a little bit and help with some of those aspects.
Indeed.
Of course, it's not like he's tremendously underweight for his height, though. He's like 43rd percentile height, 38th weight.
No, he didn't finish there, but you can see the quickness in short area. He looks like more short area than like Jason Kelce, like rambling down the field.
Yeah.
That's just carnage. How the hell do you meant to see what's going on there? Here we go. Let's have a look. Deals with the detail. I mean...
Yeah, he ends up on the ground. But
yeah, he scores.
When you're on the 1 yard line, as long as you get the guy out of the gap, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Boot away.
Oh, Jesus, running outside zone play to his side. I've not realised every time they block left, they run right.
Yeah.
The O-line just kicks to the left. I'm just getting the edge defender on the other side. Should just get upfield as quick as he possibly can. Wait.
Also, if they just run a straight drop back, they also roll to the right.
Yeah. That might be a QB thing. Like there, that's fine. It's fine. I just wish there was a little bit more like, ugh. I want just a teeny bit more oomph, a bit more power.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. Everything is 6 out of 10 with the occasional 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's on him or the QB just running into his guy, to be honest with you.
No back view. I was hoping for a back view.
Yeah, I think I'm giving that maybe on the QB.
Yeah, that's on the QB.
Sacks are a quarterback stat. About, 80% of the time?
Yeah, a lot, for sure.
Again, there's no push. There's very, very little. It'd be a weird one, actually, because he's actually not really what Stout has often worked on. As in, Stout likes to take the raw athletes and turn them into superstars. He's not the raw athlete. He looks like his technique's down. He's more a weights room guy. He looks to me like he needs more Eagle strength and conditioning than he does need Stoutland's. And obviously Stoutland will combine the two. And I'm sure there are some technical things that a coach would point out and say, well, actually, he could get stronger if he led with X, blah, 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 blah. But I think he's not actually like a raw athlete, is he? He's a pretty technically sound guy already.
Yeah, he seems to be. I mean, I'm not a massive O-line. I dabble in O-line stuff, but I'm not seeing anything massive, at least.
Well, there's no fatal flaws that the other team is repeatedly wrecking, is there? Like, you can tell if someone just can't. You can see the obvious one I always find with O-line is lunging.
Which, I mean, it makes sense.
That's good. That was really good. That's probably the best play of the game, which might be ironic with it. I think he almost took out 2 guys there. It will be his last play.
Let's skip back and watch it again.
That was one of his best plays.
Oh. Well, I was going to try in it.
There we go. You got it. Yeah. Literally the very last play. It was probably his best block of them. I'm pretty sure he almost got 2 of them. There was the next one.
No. Not quite enough. Next play.
Was it on a... Yeah, bang. Yeah, that was nice.
That's good.
That was nice. It was one of the rare gap scheme runs we've seen as well. We didn't see many different kinds of runs, did we?
No.
Right, and nothing revolutionary.
It makes sense that he would be pretty technically refined. I mean, he played almost 2,500 snaps of center for Boston College, so...
Yeah, he's unusual to what Stout often does, which is the freak, athlete who needs loads and loads and loads and loads of help. He looks pretty technically consistent, exactly what I thought. A developmental backup who, if you need him to start this year, it's not the absolute end of the world.
Yeah. So I agree. Just competent. Not sure there's a lot of upside. Not sure that matters with a 6th round pick either.
6 out of 10. I think he'll make the roster.
Yeah, I think so. Not all these other offensive linemen are gonna, though. We'll have to, but we'll get into that next week when we watch Hinton and
that'd be interesting because I didn't watch them back to back, so that would be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for Drew Kendall. So thank you guys in Patreon for watching along. Audio listeners, again, if you want to head over to the Patreon, you can grab a free 1-week trial and check out the video version of this. And stick around. We've got a lot of content coming out, but the audio is here if you don't want to do that. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, and we will catch you guys next time.